Hey, everybody. Happy Mother's Day. Hey, the sleepy little closet here. Zazoo Plazz. Mother's Day in the woods. Freezing. Freezing. I got a t-shirt, a long sleeve shirt, a couple of shirts, and a winter coat and a winter hat. And I'm thinking I want to go back to Arizona. It's freezing. Zazoo Plazz report. May 8th, 2022. Did I already say that? I'm freezing. I should have brought my... But you know what? It's like the song for this week. I heard it in the car the other day, and it's been in my head ever since. You can't always get what you want. By the Rolling Stones. Ah. Okay, so I know it's not really a Gen X song because it was written when I was about 3 years old, but I remember seeing it in The Big Chill, which was, look, I got doggy food bags. I remember having the song show up in The Big Chill, which came out when I was in high school, just graduated high school, I guess. Yeah, so, like, when I hear the song, I see it in the movie. And I didn't necessarily know what it meant. But at this point, you know, it's perfect for Mother's Day. It's perfect for what's going on in the world. And you know what's going on in the world. So I don't have to tell you. But, you know, it's perfect. Because, you know, how many times do we head off, we're going to say, oh, you know, this is what's going to happen. This is what I want to happen today. Especially as mothers, right? Well, the thing is, it's funny, as a mother, you know, as a mother of older teenagers, college-age kids, it's like, oh, I heard from them today. I got a call. First, my older son called me. My husband made me, I worked out. My husband made me pancakes, blueberry pancakes, and turkey bacon, and coffee. And then he had to take off and go take his mom to church and spend the day with her. So I did kind of get what I wanted. I get to watch SNL in my astrology videos and have my coffee. As I stayed up late working on my Zazoo blog, I wrote a story. I don't know if any of you have read it, but I posted the first ever story on my Zazoo Plazz blog, which I'm still trying to come up with a name for. And as a tribute to my mom, because it's the first Mother's Day that she's not with us. So I thought, well, I could go to the cemetery, which she told me not to go to. You know, and put a flower there, but you know what? And then my dad said, oh, they got to mow the lawn. You don't want to bring flowers. You know, they're going to mow them up. So I thought, well, I'll write a story and I'll plant it on my website. And that way, it'll bear fruit. You know, it'll be seen, hopefully, by people. And I hope it'll give comfort to people and make people laugh or, you know, feel something. Think about their own moms, their grandmothers, their whatever, their children. So I decided to pay tribute to my mom in that way. And my moon is in Aquarius. And my mother was a woman who was very spiritual, very, you know, ahead of her time in many ways. And the moon is kind of how we were mothered, you know, how we're mothered and how we like to be to mother ourselves. So with me in Aquarius, it's like, you know, far out, man. All that hippie stuff. All right? Yeah, because my mother was an amateur astrologer. She was into yoga, nutrition, all that stuff. I'm like standing here in the bushes here. It's quirky stuff, you know? Which is why I'm spending Mother's Day out here in the woods. I love it. So my boys called and they're like, my older one, of course he had to be first. He had to call first. He arrived first on the planet and he said, oh good, I got to you first. So, it's a definite birth order thing, it's a Virgo thing. It's like, well, I hope you can have your day the way, you like it. And I love them. I love both of them. He said he was working out. They're in the middle of exams now, and he said he was, spending a day just taking care of himself, which is good. Getting ready for exams. He's graduating in a week, and we're trying to plan a party, and he's like, "Oh, I got friends coming, this and that." So, what we wanted was to. My husband wanted to have people over and have a cookout for him. But he wanted to go meet with some friends and sort of play it by ear and, put off the family party. Which, it's funny because 35 years ago, I also graduated from college. My parents gave me a party, but it was a surprise. And they also got me a car. I got my Celica, my blue Celica. I love blue cars. 35 years ago. I'm getting all this stuff, from my Boston College, the alumni, like, oh, we gotta, you gotta give money so we can beat the other classes. I'm like, no, my kids don't go there. I went there. It's like, why? So, I don't think. Maybe some people from our class will be motivated by competition, but I'm not. I couldn't care less how much the class of 82 or 77 or 72 or 92, whatever. Just want to do my Zazoo thing. I want a nice hot cup of tea. Have some chocolate maybe. So anyway. So they're not going to get what they want from me. And, but you get what you need. So the people who, they'll get what they need. The people will give, and they'll have enough to do what they need to do. Right? Sometimes, so then the younger one calls. The younger one calls, 2 hours later. He's like, yeah, I'm going to stop by probably for an hour. He's like, I'm so tired. And but he did manage to make it to his play in the band that he's in. Plays electric guitar. And, he did something with his band friends. And then he's got exams next week. So, but that's, sometimes as a mom, what I want is for my kids, to do what they need to do. As a mom, I just need to know that they're safe and they're happy and they're doing what makes them happy. What they need. They get what they need. They got what they needed from me, And what I want has nothing to do with what they need. So you have to, as a mom, you need to keep them close and keep them safe. And then at a certain point, you have to let go. And it's almost, it's like that primal thing, It's, at a certain point, you just don't need that anymore. It's like, thank you for your input, but I'm in charge. Right? At a certain point, we have to let our parents go, right? Because they need to, especially the ones who have passed over, they don't need us to keep them anymore here. We don't need them, and they don't need us anymore. If that makes any sense. Yeah, so what they need is to just move on, And so I'm in the thicket. No, but really, don't we make plans? We all make plans. We got plans. I got plans. I got plans. I want to, you know, I know what I'd like to do, but the universe sometimes has other ideas. Sometimes, sometimes we want a person, or we want people in our lives to say the things we want them to say, or do the things we want them to do, or we want the world to give us what we deserve, or whatever. It's like, what do we really need? So it's kind of a thing. I'm stopping to think, what do I really need? And I've gotten rid of a lot of my old stuff. It starts going through your stuff. And you really look at, the stuff that you've kept. What do you hold on to? Well, I have an awful lot of pictures of my kids when they were babies. It's little. Which, that's important. And I have pictures of my childhood, because that's close to my heart. But sometimes you ask yourself, why am I holding on to this? And what do I really need? And sometimes I think lately what I need is space and breathing room. We really just need to breathe, don't we? We need to be safe. We need to breathe. We need air. We need space to think. We do need other people. But we need them, in different ways. I think most of all, we need a connection. We need that inner connection to ourselves, our unique selves, who we came down here, to be. That's probably the most important thing, after staying alive. I'm hearing the Bee Gees now. But yeah, it starts with astrology. Learned a lot about astrology. If you know your own chart, that's more powerful than knowing, anybody else's. Although that can give you insights into other people too. Not everybody likes to hear about astrology. There's some people who really don't want to hear you talk about astrology, so you have to make sure that you're not talking to somebody who's going to, go all over you about it. Maybe that's one thing we need is, we need to find our soul tribe. We need to find the people that you can talk about to astrology to, and they won't, want to chase you out of town. You know what I mean? I need gloves. That's what I need. But yeah, I think freedom. As an Aquarius moon, I need freedom to be my own, quirky self. Take off, be unpredictable, and go and discover and explore the world. That's what makes me feel happiest, I think. going to different places and discovering things. Because then you really discover new aspects of yourself, don't you? Things that you didn't know before. And I kind of think that's sort of why I'm here, because that makes me more excited than anything. Discovering new aspects of myself. And then I can be a better mom. And then I can be a better world citizen. When I know who I am and where I can be of service, then I'm fulfilling my personal soul mission. To take what I've learned and be of service to the world. Part-time superhero, full-time mom. And we can be we have to mother ourselves. See, that's the thing. If we can mother ourselves and our own inner child, got it made. Remember when I was in college, I had a special snack. And if I was taking exams or, my roommate was being particularly snooty or mean, we had our moments. Everybody. But, or whatever, just whatever. I would have peanut butter on saltine crackers with some orange slices and a glass of milk. Because that's what my mom always used to make me after school. When I'd come home from school and I would be exhausted from the trials of the day and just need some time to regroup from the rigors of 3rd grade or 5th grade or whatever. Mom was almost always there with a snack. Sometimes it was a couple cookies, the kind, with the lemon filling or the vanilla filling, and she didn't often buy Oreos, but sometimes she'd get the healthy cookies. Maybe they were ginger cookies or something, and, the kind that you lick off the frosting and then you eat the cookies. Now there's a topic for discussion, because there are people who will fight with you over how to eat one of those Oreo or stuffed cookies. There are people who actually they'll dunk them and then they'll just eat them, like the 2 cookies with the filling together. I think my husband does that. I am of the school that you have to take the 2 pieces apart, lick the frosting off first, and then dunk the cookie. I'd be curious to know how you would eat one of those cookies, because everybody's got their own way. And I don't normally buy them anymore. I don't really eat that many cookies. But if I did, that's how I would still eat it. You got to take the 2 tops off. And so my husband and I also differ on how to eat a fortune cookie, because there is a right way. And that's my way, which is you break it, you read the fortune, and then you eat the cookie. He eats the cookie, and then he reads the fortune. But see, what if the fortune says the cookie is poison, don't eat it, and he's already eaten the cookie? It tells you a lot about a person, whether they eat the cookie first or read the fortune first. Just saying, Oh, right. Well, and, sometimes you just have to do what feels right for you. Somebody says they're personally offended by the way you eat your cookies. Who cares? Let them be offended. Life's too short to eat my cookies like somebody else wants me to. I'm not going to do that. So anyway, I just offer that for your consideration this week. I don't know why I'm talking about cookies, um, but I got Mick Jagger singing in my head. Um, you might find, yeah, who's Mr. Chili? I don't know. Anyway, um, I can just see all of them in the movie, driving all of the, was it Kevin Kline and Glenn Close and all those people driving in their cars. Anyway, I don't know why that song kind of goes with the movie. Anyway, I remember when I saw the Big Chill, and I'm very chilly today. I remember I saw the Big Chill with a friend of mine. She was in that group. We used to call them, they used to call themselves the Mangoes. They were a year ahead of me. And at the high school, the Catholic finishing school for young ladies and gentlemen that I attended. And she had gone out to college, so she was a year ahead of me. So we went to see it in the fall. Yeah. That was, that I think our generation took different things from it versus the generation before us. And isn't that the way? The way of the world. So yes, I planted the garden yesterday. My husband helped me. I went out, I bought way too many flowers and way too many vegetables, and now I gotta go get more pots. Because I ran out of room to plant the parsley and the mint, and I have extra flowers, and I only had just like a couple pots. So, I don't know whether I should just give the flowers away or go get more pots. It seems to me it's like that the Bible story of the guy who had too much wheat, so he had to, build more barns, and then where does it end? I was considering actually doing flower pots in my head today for the, doing the Devo thing, but I got my hat on. So anyway, yeah, it's a strange kind of a slow time. We'll see what happens. So I'm going to go warm up. I may or may not be shopping for flower pots or whatever. I might just stick the herbs in some little herb pots starter pots that I had, and just go from there. I've never planted the plants when it's this cold. Usually I'm planting them on Memorial Day weekend, and it's freezing. I definitely want to go back to Arizona. It was nice and warm there. So anyway, Zazoo Plazz signing out for Mother's Day. I'm going to go back and warm up. I will talk to you next week. Till then, happy Mother's Day, everyone. And, hope you get what you need this week. Take care. Bye-bye.